Hey there guys, Rafael here and welcome to another game I had on the Pokemon trading card game online. This time I'm going against KeldeoDash and she is playing Garchomp. A very defensive Garchomp, which is quite unusual. But let's see how we do. Out of the non-EX decks that we have right now, I think this is a 50-50 at the most. It depends on who sets up first and if she's able to get two Alterias. At the same time, I'm pretty much done. So let's see, and there's two Suablus, which is not good for me. Like, okay, if he gets one Alteria, I can deal with that. If he gets two and it's able to get Garchomps using the other attack, which is not Mapcut, I think it's Dragon Blade, he will be knocking out everything on my side of the field in just one hit. So what I need to do is to knock out those Suablus as fast as I can and hope for the best. And the best thing I have to do that is to go for a Duskull. I need to be able to take several knockouts at the same time or in the same turn to be able to win. So that's the reason I'm going to go for Duskull. Unfortunately, I did not have anything to be able to get rid of that execute, but I will get an Empoleon going on right now. And now my opponent will use Level Ball to go for Gabite, and the Garchomp train of Dragon Calls is going to start. That Gabite will for sure give him another Gabite, and that Gabite will give him another Gabite. And that other Gabite will give him maybe Alteria, and now we see Gible. So maybe he has something, and my beautiful hen is now gone. Just like that, my beautiful hen is gone. And what to do with this? Okay, I will evolve that Empoleon. I will also evolve my Piplup with energy into Prinplup. The reason I attach my energy into my into my bench Piplup instead of my active Piplup was because I really thought that my Piplup was going down this turn. So right now what I'm going to do is I will Dowsing Machine for N, that way I will be able to get something else, or at least that was what I was thinking. And I really got something else, and right here I decide that I will use Diving Draw, get rid of Lithium, because right now I don't have another Eevee, and right now Lithium won't be that useful because it's so easy for Garchomp to take knockouts on Lithium. So and that's one thing. Garchomp can take knockouts on Lithium so easy, and Lithium won't be able to do a thing to Garchomp because it only uses one energy, and he most likely won't have more than 3 energy into play at the same time. My opponent goes for one Alteria, then he gets another Alteria, then he gets one Garchomp, and here is just what I didn't want to see. Because if he's able to get at least one Garchomp doing Dragon Blade turn after turn, my Empoleons will be in a lot of danger, which is what happens right now. And yeah, just like that, this Empoleon with its 140 HP will go down after my opponent gets his Gabite train going and going and going. I promote my Prinplup because I have Ultra Ball in my hand, and that will give me for sure one Empoleon. So I don't have to worry about that. I will get that Empoleon. I won't be able to knock out this Garchomp, but that's okay. I will use Diving Throw, getting finally rid of this Execute, and why not? Right now I can go for Dusknoir, which will help me out in the late game. I will obviously go for Dusknoir. I get rid of Silver Mirror because he's not using any kind of Plasma Pokemon, so that won't be of any use to me. And I will attack Command for 100. Other thing I could have done at that moment was to promote Leafeon and just do 40 damage, but and keep my Empoleons alive as much as possible, but I decided to go the other way, and this is why I told you this guy is running such a defensive Garchomp deck. She's playing lots and lots of what's it called? Max Potions, which will be so annoying. Like seriously, they will be so annoying. I decide that if I want to keep going in this game, I will need to get my resources back as fast as I can. And maybe one thing I will be able to do is deck my opponent out, but I'm running Empoleon, so I have a risk to deck myself out too. Right here I will use Propagation 2 times in a row in order to use Diving Throw 2 times in a row, and out of my first Diving Throw I get one Eevee, which will not be that great, but it's another Pokemon, another damage counter on my opponent's side of the field, and you'll see my opponent is not the only one who can play this game of prize denial. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. I will use Escape Rope, that will allow me to have one fresh Empoleon in the active position, and if he does not play Pokemon Catcher, or he does not play Switch, he won't be able to get rid of this Empoleon in just one hit, but he plays Switch, he will get rid of this Garchomp in just one hit, of this Empoleon in just one hit, and my prize denial strategy will not work because he even gets back that Max Potion. So I think I'm down just one prize, which is not a lot, I know, but my last Empoleon will go down right now. That means I won't have Diving Throw. Maybe I will have to give up 1 or 2 prizes, but out of that Diving Throw I draw 1 Empoleon and 1 Rare Candy, which will be great because that means I can go for 1 Piplup, attach 1 Water Energy into that Piplup, and next turn if my opponent does not end me, I will be able to get another Empoleon going on, and hopefully she won't get another Max Potion. That's not an end, which is great, and now I'm thinking that maybe decking my opponent out is my best option. Just look at that. Right here I will be able to get 1 Empoleon, and I really want to end my opponent because the less resources that my opponent gets to use or has access to, the better for me. But right now I realize that taking down these Alterias should be my highest priority, because those 2 Alterias are the reason my opponent is able to knock out my Empoleons in just one hit. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I decide to knock out 1 Alteria. And I think that will not allow me to get enough damage on my opponent's side of the field in order to knock out this Garchomp, but let's see if I draw at least one Pokemon, I will be able to knock out this Garchomp, which will be great because my Empoleon will not be going down in just one hit. And I get one Piplup out, which is always great, and now I will be able to knock out this Garchomp in just one hit. Well, in 2 hits, because I had already hit it last turn. And right here I decide to end my opponent down to 3 cards. I don't want her to have a huge hand. That's not good. Another thing I could have done right here was just to move all the damage into Altaria. That will be a little risky for me, but I decide, okay, this Empoleon won't go down in just one hit. So why not? It's better for me to get rid of one Garchomp, especially if since she already played one Super Rod. But guess what? She plays 2 Super Rods in her deck, so that means my strategy won't go as well as I expected. I know I don't have any other Leafeon or Piplup in my deck, so using that Ultra Ball will not give me another basic besides Mr. Mime, and right here maybe going for Mr. Mime is my best option, because that will mean more damage on my opponent's side of the field. I will even attach that energy into, I think, Mr. Mime. No, I will use Diving Throw first, because why not? My turn has not ended, and yeah, I will attach that energy maybe in Mr. Mime, or no. The reason I wanted to attach that energy into Mr. Mime was in order to have one Pokemon which I could retrieve. My opponent will use Skyla, and she will go for Max Potion, because we are so tight right now that the price denial strategy is the best that she can do, and she decided not to play that Max Potion. I don't know why. Maybe it was a misclick, but right now I will be able to take down that other Altaria, which will mean in the end that if my opponent does not use Dragon Blade twice in a row, she won't be able to knock out my Empoleon in 2 hits. Because Macon will be a 3-hit knockout, while Attack Command will be 2-hit knockout. So the best thing for me to do right now is to get rid of that Altaria, and that is what I do. That will allow me even to tie up the price race, and that will be, well, in the end that will be great. I don't know why my opponent decided not to play that Max Potion, maybe saving it for a later turn, maybe, I don't know. That was a little weird. And right now, since I know she has Max Potion on her hand, it's better for me to distribute a little this damage, because if I want to win this game right now, what I need is to keep as much damage as I can on my opponent's side of the field. So I will move those 2D damage into one of the bench Garchomps, and right here that had to be a misclick for sure. There's no reason for my opponent to have done that, but in the end she will concede. Maybe in the end it didn't matter, because her deck was very thin. She was not recovering energy, had already wasted lots of energy moving, discarding them, using Max Potions. I think she used 3 to 4 max potions this match, and the reason she was going to lose right there either way was because she benched that Gible. If she was not able to evolve that Gible into Garchomp on her next turn, I will simply knock it out with Sinister Hand, and that will have been game for me, because most likely she won't be able to use Dragon Blade anymore for the energy count that Garchomp decks usually run, which is very low. So maybe in the end misclick didn't matter. And yeah, I have ways to get another Empoleon into play right now, because I know there's another Empoleon in my deck, and I will be almost throwing my whole deck out, and I will get another Empoleon. So she will be able to knock out this one, but she won't be able to knock out my last Empoleon. So that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.